Hello world, I am Agitated Crane, and this is Age of Discovery. When I logged in, I got contacted by Sylvia Tilly, and it looks like her part in the story is done, for now, at the very least. I bet she will appear in some episodes as well. And there is nothing much more that to what she said. It's only that she is still finishing studies, I think, right? Yeah, she still has to graduate, so she is not going to Discovery just yet. This is before the Discovery series. Speaking of Discovery series, the new trailer for the next season came out, and it looks fun, in my opinion. As always, it's not, the Star Trek purists will be Star Trek purists, but no, that's not what I wanted to do. But
You survived!
Okay.
Then again, you survived fighting House Smoke-Eye. Admiral Kensington must have been a walk in the park for you. I guess this is goodbye. At least for now. You've got a ship and a crew to take care of, and I still have to graduate. Hey, do you think they'll use your ship for the cadet cruise next year? If they do, put in a good word for me.
I'll see what I can do.
Ah, great. Hey, I liked being your chief engineer out there. It would be an honor to do that again, Captain. Oh man, this is hard. Stay safe, okay? This war won't last forever. And I hope we're both doing what Starfleet does best soon. Exploring the galaxy, strange new worlds, all that.
Same here. Take care of yourself, Sylvia. So yeah, that's done with her, I guess. What I was talking about? Yeah, the new season. It looks fun. Honestly, my only complaint about the Discovery series, it's not that it deviates too much from Star Trek. I think it's actually... I want to say better. I will be probably attacked by Star Trek fans, but I don't know. The original Star Trek, it has that old time feel, right? And we still have that, but the new Star Trek, it's more visual, it's more actiony, right? I think if you had like a bunch of people sitting around talking about issues and diplomacy problems and what previous Star Trek did, I don't think you could sell it as sci-fi. You can set it in sci-fi settings, but I think sci-fi has to be like a little bit more grandiose and actiony. But that's me, you know. The only problem I have with Star Trek Discovery is the main character. I honestly, the acting is fine. I mean, I'm not a critic, right? I just for my personal take, the acting seems fine. Not that I know much about it, right? The only problem I have, it's like she is Mary Sue, she is the diversity hire. It's like she is Mary Sue because she's related to Spock. She is the fact that she is black is fine, but you know, the fact that she is human but believes herself to be Vulcan, that's for me is insane. I guess in the next generation, I mean, if you look at the next generation, right? We had Worf, not Dwarf. We had Worf. uh, he was Klingon, but he was raised by humans, right? But he did not believe himself to be human. Actually, his entire struggle was to be accepted as Klingon, even though he had like this human point of view. At the same time, Spock in the original series, he was half human, and he was always battling between his humanity and his vulcanity, right? But in this case of Michael, I think is her name. It's even the name is stupid, right? Why couldn't it been something normal? She has a male name on a female character. It's insane. So her struggle, I'm not seeing it, right? She seems to be. I didn't see her like. How would I describe it even? Oh, I love that Balding look on that captain. Like she was. I would say she was fully Vulcan, right? She had only few moments where her humanity pushed through, and even then, I don't know. She just doesn't sit right with me. The other cast, though, I love. Like I love the engineering guy, the that he operated the what do you call it? That Discovery Spore engine, right? He reminds me a little bit about of Alan Tudyk, the guy who was in Firefly, the pilot. You know the one. I'm the leaf in the wind, see me, Sor. I liked the captain, both captains actually. I'm not going to spoil the series, of course, but I'm glad that they are both regulars in the show, and yeah, I liked even Sylvia. I think she's cute and charming, and there are some other crew members, but they didn't have much lines. The resident Klingon I didn't care much about, and the alien, you know, the one that is constantly scared. I liked him as well. Who is this guy? Kazoo, and he's just green. He's green elf. Yeah, that alien I actually liked a lot. He's I don't know if it's just an actor with a mask, but I love his physique, that he looks a little bit different from everyone else. Like he's taller, he's skinnier. He really has an alien feel to him, unlike all the aliens in the original series, for example, where they had where they were just regular humans with differently painted skin. And that alien, actually, why I also like him is because he's I don't remember how the series ended. Not the season, not the series, and not ended, but like stopped. I think he was in captain seat for a while, right? And that was interesting for me, because his species is naturally cowardly, right? But as a captain, he had to be like this uh, courageous leader, right, and the beacon of hope for the crew, and I loved that. Anyway, let's continue playing the game. It's it is why we are here. Okay.
We have a situation at the Delta Volanus cluster. One of our research stations there managed to get a partial distress signal off before it was jammed at the source. I need you to get out there and get eyes on the situation. The Klingons are getting bolder since they acquired cloaking technology, but an attack that far into Federation space is bold, even for them. Find out what's going on and render any assistance they might need at the station, if it still exists.
Alright, and we will be getting some items for that.
I have a mission for you.
Alright, so we will be beaming up to our ship. Also, my cat has been throwing up. Looks like just some... She's fine. But I will have to clean it up soon. Yep, and we are flying into the next mission. The map here, I mentioned this before, this is a map of the Discovery era known space, I guess. If I remember correctly, this Discovery was unique because it had a sport drive, so you could jump around a bunch. But I think it's still like close to the Enterprise age, right? Where humans are only starting to, like, the Federation is already there, but it's still like new. And I think if I remember correctly, their max warp is like 4 or 5, something small like that. In a later series it goes up to 10, there is then maybe even 12, some slipstream, wormholes and all that cool stuff. But yeah, this is so far the only known space. Of course, here is Sol is at the edge for some reason. And I think Kronos is somewhere... where? It should be somewhere there, like to the south. We will see later in when we get the jump to the regular time of the game. This is like a prequel missions, right? But later I speculate that we will probably have some time travel shenanigans. So later the entire map will be revealed, and you will see that this is just like not even 1/10 of the entire map. But yeah, it's as you can see, it's quite spacious. I think the game just recently, not recently, it's almost a year, probably more, they updated the map. Previously it was slightly smaller, now it's bigger. Anyway, let's do the mission. The Delta Volanus cluster is a large expanse of space with many uncharted worlds. Most of the systems here are home to small Federation colonies or indigenous populations that have not developed substantial spacefaring capabilities. So this is interesting, right? Because previously when I played the game, I read the missions, but I never read descriptions of the systems. So this should be fun. We will learn some new stuff about the game. The developers in charge of the game, they are... I feel like they are enjoying creating new content. If you decide to play the game, definitely keep an eye on the site as well, because they release a bunch of short stories, like I would say it's close to weekly stories. Maybe it's before the expansion, or the content patch, and after. but they release quite a lot of them, and from what I heard, they are actually quite good. I'm not reading them because I'm lazy, but it's nice knowing that they exist and that you can read them eventually. Delta Volantis station is just ahead. We are picking up some damage to the station on sensors. Looks like they have been in a firefight recently. Also, I complained about the crew, but guys, I love my crew. I guess the initial reaction was about them all being humans and all being from my class. But yeah, even though they are humans, I don't care. I know I have a little bit of background for them, and they are like cast of my own TV show, right? So I like them a lot. Helm, take us in. Could be Klingons under cloak nearby. And that right there is a crafting material. So when you scan them, you will get a mini game where you have to match waveform lengths, and then you will get crafting materials. We will look at crafting later. Honestly, I'm not a fan of crafting, and in this game it's even worse because it has a random factor.
Glad you were in the area. Some Klingons just appeared out of nowhere. They can do that now, right? Unbelievable. Anyway, the whole thing was terrifying and strange. I mean, they shot at us, did some structural damage, knocked some sensor pods out of alignment, and completely ruined my latest experiment. But that's it. They had us, and they just left.
Seems like a trap. They can do that now, right? That's strange. Okay, so I feel like there is a trap nearby. But Dr. Chan, if you want to join my crew, I have. I don't think I have a spot actually, but I will have eventually. How can we help here?
Our tractor beam is offline. Actually, it's a fried little puddle of sadness, but offline sounded better. If you can, could you use your ship's tractor beam to move our sensor pods back into position? I'm sending the coordinates over now. That'd really help us get back to our research here. I mean, these gaseous anomalies won't analyze themselves, am I right?
Right, we're on it, Doctor. Stand by. Seriously though, crew? Doesn't he seem strange to you? Like, I know... Okay.
Okay, sensor pod alpha is back online. Nice. Sensor pod beta is online again. Klingons are happening. A lot of Klingons. They're coming this way fast. Shields up. Weapons hot. They're gonna attack again.
I know he's scientist, but still. Red alert. All hands. Battle stations.
Starfleet Command. This
Oh.
is Delta Volantis Station.
There are actually Klingons. Okay.
Those are House Lokai ships. We're in big trouble.
So slow. This is why I don't like engineers. Even though your class does not determine the type of ship you can fly, so I can actually fly escort on my engineer. It's just too strange, I would say, to do that. And I haven't flight much of the cruisers, so I will try to do cruisers, but maybe I will even try like carrier or something like that. So because the positioning on yeah, I'm not a fan. Like even with evasive maneuvers, right? Even then I guess yeah, maybe I'm supposed to use evasive maneuvers if I want to fire torpedoes at the enemy. You. Die. Great. 2 more. And they have actually made their way to my stronger shields. But no, evasive maneuvers have too much cooldown, so yeah, that's not helpful. Also, we have leveled up a few times, so I think I can increase some of my stats. So we will look into that later, probably in the next episode, because I spent much of time talking about Discovery in the beginning. Update from the bridge. Incoming hail. It's from Starbase 1. On screen.
This is Kensington. Sounds like the Klingons are making a push in that sector. We're sending some backup your way. Command's still analyzing these attacks, trying to figure out what the enemy is up to there. In the meantime, I need you to hold that system and protect the station. Stay sharp out there, and good hunting.
Thank you, Admiral. So okay, so we will just be surviving. Okay, that shouldn't be hard. Those Klingon ships, they are using TV show models, but it's just not Klingon ships that I'm used to. They be doing too much damage. And I missed with my science button. Cutscenes? Oh, that's Discovery, right? Oh yeah. That's some advanced sport technology.
This is the Glenn. Heard you could use some help.
This is Glenn?
The target has arrived. All ships, fire to disable!
Oh wow, it's still jumping around, even outside of the cutscene. So, wait, I don't remember... Discovery wasn't the only one, the only shield with spore drive, right? I think there was another one, like maybe Glenn, but it did not work, right? The spore drive only started to work when Michael helped with it, right? Or was it highly experimental and it worked unreliably? But even then, using spore drive in combat, it was by that captain, right? He was the one that suggested it. Before it was only for travel. I feel like there are some inconsistencies here, or maybe I'm just remembering the TV show wrong. Anyway, we have defeated the Klingons. Did we? Yes, we did. This is definitely the like Discovery model ship, like the same. What do you call it? Model, I guess. Hail the Glen.
There'll be time for formalities later. Right now, we've got a problem. Several, actually. The Klingons beamed multiple boarding parties over during the fight. We're a research vessel. Our security forces are getting overwhelmed. If you could send some people over to help, we'd be much obliged.
We are on our way, Captain. Terse out. Captain! The Glen needs our help repelling boarders. Are you ready to beam over? Yes, I am. We'll also change to not combat NPC. We are happy with the selection of the crew, and we shall accept the beaming over. So this is how the missions usually go. It's either you start on the ground and shoot your way up to the sky and then fight the ships, or you fight the ships and then you beam over and shoot some people. But it's fun. I like it. Don't hate on it.
Thanks for coming. The captain still has control of the ship. She's waiting for you on the bridge. Unfortunately, the Klingons have several boarding parties between you and the bridge, and they're not taking prisoners.
Understood. Stay safe. The game also has sort of like dungeons, and it also has user-created content, and that's where the game, I think, really shines. If you are a fan of regular Star Trek, there are a bunch of fans doing just that. Like they have missions that are all about diplomacy, not combat. I will probably try to create some missions as well on the channel, so you can see how it looks. Obviously, it's I have never tried it, and I actually can we try helping them? It probably won't work. Yeah, they are dead. And I actually haven't played those user-created missions, on only few of them, because I don't have that much time to play, right? And usually when I have time to play, I try to progress either the story of the game or like the grinding part, like dungeons and stuff like that. But the user-created stuff is fun, but it doesn't give you like that progression anywhere. So it's something that I don't do because I don't have time for it. But I know there is some really cool stuff there, and the Cryptic, the company that made this game, it even promotes on their site. They have like spotlight where they sometimes let you know that some user-created mission is like really good, and so you can check at the very least those, right? And we will be, you know what? When we finish this the story of Star Trek, if you will, I will be doing the entire leveling like I did with Warcraft, but with Star Trek it's a little bit different. It has episodes, so we will be completing, and it has story arcs. Some more story arcs will be unlocked, and we will be playing missions which are like episodes on TV show. So yeah, we will be doing that, and later, if I will be playing other games, but I will also do some Foundry spotlights to maybe promote some great missions and take a look at what is actually going on there, because I have never done that, so that should be fun. Anyway, let's continue. I'm wasting way too much time. Captain, how are you? Oh, mines and sweep so we can expose them. Let me just set up. I'm convinced that there will be more of them beaming over, so I'm just setting up mines for the future combat.
You made it. Good. We have a lot of work to do here. The Klingons have done extensive damage, especially to our power systems. Mr. Strahl is doing what he can to get main power back online. Care to give him a hand?
Of course, Captain. Captain! Are you Mr. Strahl? Yes, you are.
Like the captain said, main power's offline. We're sitting ducks without it, and the Klingons know it. Let's get to work before House Mokai turns us all into trophies. Or lunch.
What do we need to do?
I'll do the heavy lifting. What I need you to do is to bring engineering control to a bridge console, divert the power flow, and enter the new power-up sequence I'm putting together. You got it?
Yes, let's get to work. Actually, I didn't listen. It was Technobubble. Revert polarizers and transfer power to ASP conduits or something like that.
Engineering control is transferred. Go to the next console to divert the power flow.
Now, obviously, this is quite straightforward, but later you will see there are actually some missions that you actually have to pay attention and do exactly what they are telling you.
Power flow is diverted. Input the new power-up sequence next.
There are also missions where some mathematics are required, so we will be needing my trusty calculator. Input new power-up sequence.
Nice work. Main power is back online.
You know, I'm not sure I said this before, but I'm very happy with how my captain ended up looking. I like the Nobulans, and even though she's alien, I usually don't like playing aliens. I like to play canon races, and this is like not exactly canon, even though I made her look that way. But I really like her. I like how she looks, and I like the crew. I'm so happy with how it all turned up.
Nice work. We're not out of the woods yet, though. Our next stop's the engineering lab. I need to get our shields back online and secure some classified data down there. Believe me, we don't want the Klingons getting their hands on it.
Right, let's get to the engineering lab. All deck status report. Something be happening. The fun about this game is, as you can see, we are playing missions and we are going around the ship, right? You can actually go around your ship as well. There are some interiors, for example, you can actually make your interior look like the next generation ship, or you can make it look like the Voyager, or I think even the original series. So not today, but eventually we will take a look at some of our on our ship, and you can talk to your bridge officers and crew. Even though it's not really crew, it's like those they have titles, not names, but still, I quite like it. And your crew is obviously on the bridge usually. Let's scan this. And this, what I just did, it's a scan for the crafting materials and for points of interest that can be like consoles that can be interacted, or stuff that can be looted. So I will be pressing that a lot, so get used to that. And more Klingons. As you can see, I don't have to use mines. We are perfectly capable of just shooting them. It's totally fine. I think these doors are supposed to be open. No. I was supposed to go in here. Okay. Hello. Yeah, so they have that creature as well. This is killing me. Can you leave a comment if you watched the Discovery series, if this is actually correct, or if the Federation didn't have Spore Drive before the Discovery. Because I'm still convinced that the only reason that what was that? I guess neighbors. I thought Discovery was unique. Like the only other ship that had Spore Drive had like malfunction. Maybe this is that ship that will eventually have malfunction later, but I was convinced that the spore drive wasn't ready before Discovery series actually started.
Not sure how she pulled it off, but that Klingon put a security field up between us.
She is full of surprises. Jeula.
Jeula? The Jeula? This day just keeps getting worse. Look, I need to drop that security field. She's trying to steal that data I told you about on the bridge. We can't let that happen. Watch my back in case any more Klingons pay us a visit.
Work fast, Tral. So I'm just defending him, I guess. Okay. And she be stealing stuff. Can we do mines? Yes, we can.
This will bring supremacy to my house and the Empire.
Here we go. They're just being
What? She blocked access.
stupid and
I can't
cannot
read on the security field.
enter. Okay. Yeah, as I mentioned before, the game has some bugs, like these guys cannot use doors, for example. But it's fine. It's still enjoyable. Strahl? I'm supposed to check with you. Okay.
Damn, she's good. Locked me completely out of the security system. I can't get the field down. Fine, she's not the only clever one in the room. Watch my back. I've got an idea. Just need a little more time.
You shall have it. And okay, they are starting to use doors. Not that much though. Come on, guys.
Wait.
I have some mines for
In
you.
the field? Look out!
Okay,
Here she comes!
how about
Shields online. They can't
this-
come out now.
this? Was so stupid. Now, thankfully, they found other mines as well. I should not move around those railings. It messes up the camera. And I can punch you. And she can punch me as well. Shoot her! More mines. Oh wow. And the creature is out. Guys, you will see later, but I feel like they really stepped it up their game with cinematics. You will see later in like older episodes that cinematics are not that great. Like the stuff that they pulled here, like the Jeula making that pirouette and blasting the enemy, it was quite cool. Oh, they have glass.
Looks like the Klingons aren't fond
Hold
of
on, who is this dead person? I guess it was here before.
Looks like the Klingons aren't fond of our house guest. Shame, really. It's nice once you get to know it.
Strahl, what's our status here?
Well, I have good news and bad news.
And again, the creature was... nothing was known about the creature before Discovery, right? Because it was just... like they couldn't interact with it. Yeah, this does not sit right with me. Even though Star Trek, I think it's the only franchise that has actually two wikias, right? One with canon information and one with a bunch of expanded universe, I guess. Star Wars will probably be that way as well soon, because Disney does not recognize the previous material, but I think it's still only one Wikipedia, but for Wikia. But for Star Trek there is actually like memory alpha and memory beta for canon and not canon stuff in the franchise. Start with the good news, please.
The good news is I managed to corrupt a number of critical data files before she stole them. There's only 2 people in the galaxy who can figure out that mess now, and neither of them are Klingons.
And the bad news?
The bad news, well, there's plenty of uncorrupted data in there that the Klingons shouldn't have. It was classified for very important reasons. We need to stop her. Of course, if half of what they say about Jula is true...
It is.
Great. Takuvma's sister, one of the deadliest members of House Mokai. Here. Wonderful. Okay. They must be headed to the shuttle bay. I brought the shields back online so they can't beam out. If they're gonna leave, they're gonna have to get creative. Let's head down there before Jula gets any more bright ideas.
I'm bad with names. You probably noticed this about me. I'm bad not only with remembering names, but with coming up with names as well, like for my characters. So I use a random generator where applicable. But Takuvma, she was in Discovery, right? Is it even her or him? I'm not sure. I wonder though. I want to say it's that Klingon lady that was in the TV show, but I don't remember. I will check it up. Not right now, but before the next episode. What the hell was that thing?
That? You should probably make peace with the words, "it's classified," when it comes to what you just saw. Seriously, don't worry about it. Believe me, we have bigger problems here, starting with Jula. We need to stop her.
Actually, I have seen some captains on Earth Spice... Not it wasn't Earth Space Dock, it was San Francisco Academy. Starfleet Academy. I have seen some captains there with those those creatures as pets. So it really like okay, Cryptic, you be silly. What are we doing? Chasing Klingons, right? Let's go. Turbolift to hangar. I see a bunch of red dots on the minimap. Oh yeah. What? My spread attack for some reason did not trigger. Okay. Never mind. As you can see, you can also crouch. It gives you a little bit of, I think, damage resistance. And you can dodge with this, but honestly, I have never seen... like, sometimes when they will eventually start throwing grenades. So in that case, this roll could be useful, but... usually I don't care. The game is fairly easy. You can actually change the difficulty of the game, but I will probably not be doing that. You can make it harder. If you don't know about this, in here somewhere in progress, here you can not obviously not when it's in progress, but when you before you start the mission, you can actually select like I think veteran or elite difficulty. So we are on easy. We can do harder, but I don't think it gives any extra rewards. I think it gives maybe some experience, but I don't feel like we need that. Like I will eventually mess up, and I will be dying even on this easiest difficulty. So mines. Ow. They be hitting me with some daggers. I'm not a fan. Go through the mines. and also Klingons are easy enemies. Eventually we will be having like hard stuff like Borg and Undine and Iconians. There, even easiest difficulty will be a problem.
You okay? Come on, let's go. We're almost there. We really need to stop Jula. Do you hear that?
Oh no.
Engineering, emergency transport
Help!
of the specimen to containment.
It is hitting me. Thank you. As a thank you, I shall offer you a bunk on my ship. Do you accept it? Do you want to be my crew member? Do you want to listen to my orders? No? Okay. You okay? Come on, let's go. We are almost there. We really need to stop Jula. After that, we are going to have a conversation about the creature doctor.
Oh, that'll be exciting. Let me add that to my calendar. Right after we stop the insane Klingon with our top secret data. Less monster, more Klingon, okay? Now let's go.
Also, I'm like lieutenant. That's like, is it lieutenant or is it pronounced like lieutenant? So I really shouldn't be like ordering people around. But I guess if you are playing these missions on your like main character, then you have
shuttle bay. Keep moving.
Then you actually have like admiral level character. Then yes, in that instance, will that work? Well, there are some explosions. Okay. No, they are running away, and I have teleported to another to another room. As you can see, there are some achievements as well. Doors, not the doors. The achievements, some of them actually increase your stats, if I'm not mistaken. We will take a look after we are done with those enemies. No, don't run at me. See, now they are using grenades as well. And it looks like it was smoke grenade, so it increased stealth, I think, or something like that. Stral, before I speak with you, I wanted to check on achievements. It's in accolades. Yeah, it doesn't show just yet. What if we... no. Those are, I think, completed, right? Oh, I guess I will get that later. Okay. Yeah, so there are like the damage accolades, but I was... yeah, I can't see it here. But eventually, I think if you... there are like achievement chains, right? If you are familiar with Warcraft, for example, it has like 10th level, 20th level, 30th level, and you get achievements on each level up to 120, right? It's the same here, and actually if you complete them, I think you will get passive bonuses here. So it's a good idea to complete them, but I don't think you can actually hunt them down, because it's like I would say it's like veterancy, right? It has, like, for example, the one that we got right now. It was what? Arrow of Energy. Deal 2000 phaser damage. So I will be getting that eventually anyway, right? So of course I can find a random mission that has a bunch of enemies for me to fight, and I can repeat that over and over to like grind that phaser damage, but it's pointless. As you play the game, you will be slowly getting them. The story achievements, I don't think they give you anything. They definitely don't give you items or stuff like that as Warcraft does, but they will give you some passive bonuses to your character. Anyway, let's continue.
She stole one of our shuttles. She bypassed deck security, got emergency evacuation clearance, and hotwired one of our shuttles. Unbelievable. If she wasn't trying to kill all of us, I'd be impressed.
What are our options?
Well, that's a short-range craft. There must be a Klingon ship out there waiting for her. We might get out of this yet. Now head back to your ship. See if you can find where she went. We'll do the same here.
Alright. 5 to beam out.
Heads up. Klingon reinforcements are warping in. Protect yourself and the station. But we really need to find out where that shuttle carrying the stolen data went. There's a good chance it's on a cloaked ship nearby.
Maybe it's on the station with that suspicious person. What exactly is that data?
Hate to play the "that's classified" card here, but you know the drill. Sorry. Take it up with Admiral Kensington if we make it through this. For now, let's focus on those Klingons out there trying to kill us, okay?
Right. Tactical, go to red alert. Fend off Klingon attack. Okay. We can do that. So slow. So slow. Okay. Okay, we are doing fine. You know what I'm considering? Mines on this ship. Mines are weapons that obviously leave mines, right? They do kinetic damage just like torpedoes, but enemies actually have to fly into them. And they also can be destroyed, so they are not very... I wouldn't say they are very reliable. And I usually don't use them, because I prefer to have that cannon build. But on this ship, I don't feel like I will be... I feel like I should concentrate on beams and totally ignore kinetic damage. So maybe mines will be a good idea to have just in case. Like, it looks like I will be flying a bunch with this, even though it's slow. I should be constantly moving because I should be circling the enemy, right? That was what was suggested in the tutorial. So if I were to do that, maybe mines are good because I will be leaving mines on my trail, right? So if enemy tried to flank me, he would get some mines in his face. We will look into that, but not right now, because right now we have shitty ship.
Get ready to be happy. I think I know how to find where Ju'ula went.
Explain! Quickly.
If the shuttle's in range, I can hack into its command matrix and send a self-destruct command. That'll make a big enough boom to reveal the location of the ship she landed on, cloaked or not.
Brilliant. What's the catch?
Yeah, about that. If the shuttle's in a ship, it'll be tough to get a signal through the shields, the jamming, and the cloak. Tough, but not impossible. Get me close enough, I'll make it happen. We just need to start sifting through this big haystack for one angry little needle. Leave that to us. You protect the station.
I'm not sure this should be possible. first of all, right, I'm pretty sure cloaked ships cannot have shields. And so if their shields are up, they can't have cloak. So at the very least they don't have shields, but even if they do, I don't think you can... Jamming could be a problem and that can be fixed. Cloak, I don't think cloak is the problem at all if you make like a pulse, right? But shields... I think this is just like an error on their part, that they shouldn't have shields, and in that case that plan should work. But if the shields are up, I don't see this plan working at all. Like I'm pretty sure all the sci-fi that I watched, shields were like a no-no for viruses, teleportation, weapons, all that cool stuff. If you have shields up, you are not doing any of that bullshit. Understood. Good hunting. So just fight off more bony-reached menaces. Okay, we can do that. We can also... Oh, it stealthed itself. Let's decrease its shields and let's fire torpedoes on it. I realized that this game could be... like you can probably hear all my clicking, and this is probably the most clickiest game that I will ever play, because here in order to fire you have to actually... like, the way I play, I just spam my spacebar to use all the weapons, right? So hopefully it's not interfering too much. My keyboard is behind the microphone, but still. And as you can see, we are getting more achievements. And that's just not a Klingon ship. I love the design, but it's not Klingon. And here we are. And it ran away. Okay.
Stroll's plan worked, but Jaula's ship was able to go to warp before we could disable it.
Yes, I have seen it.
There's still hope. The explosion did a lot of internal damage to that ship. She's leaving a trail we can follow. So, we're going to pursue Jaula and clean up our mess. Thanks for all your help here today. If we pull this off, it could make a big difference in the war effort. For all of us.
Good luck, Captain. Epirus out. Also, they will be doing that on their own. Okay. Are you ready to depart the system? Yes, I am. Make it so. So, okay. Very well then. I guess this is what the next mission will be about. Hell Command?
I'm not thrilled with the Klingons getting away with some of our cutting-edge research, but Stroll's report indicates they won't be able to do much with it for quite some time, if ever. Hopefully the Glen will be able to track down Jaula and recover the data before they return to Klingon space. It should go without saying that what you witnessed at Delta Volanus is classified at the highest level. The Klingons know too much as it is. Good work out there. Kensington out.
One funny thing I want to point out before I continue with the game. Those players, they all look the same. It's Clone Wars all over again. No, but for real, like later when we get into the real game, not this prologue, right? Later you will see that there is a huge variety of ships. and everyone is flying something different. But here, it's like the same ship just everywhere. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode here because I think if I finish the mission, I will get the next one right away. So I will be ending the video here. I will look up Tekuvma to make sure who that actually was, and but you can still leave it in the comments, and I actually encourage you because comments increase popularity of the channel, or so I hear. As always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, write a comment, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and our voyages will continue in the next episode. Agitated Crane, signing off. Goodbye.